Thank you for coming this afternoon. We're going to be discussing how to make a double cheese egg sandwich. First, we have to make sure we have a fully equipped kitchen, including, but not limited to, a pan and a spatula. It's slightly used right now from this morning's egg sandwich, but it's not that big of a deal. The first step would be to take a little bit of Pam cooking spray. Just a quick little doodle. We can get the pan heated up. It's not a big deal if you don't want to. It's just an option. I'm going to turn it on about medium heat, maybe a little bit more. Then you've got to get an English muffin. They believe they're in the refrigerator. So, in order to save time, we're going to get all the ingredients that we're going to need, including cheese, eggs, and English muffins. Oops, it looks like I turned on the wrong burner. But again, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. So we're going to use, I'm going to hide the brand name for obvious purposes.
Oops.
But this is hearty grains. No high fructose corn syrup. It's really important. High fructose corn syrup is a chemical and affects the brain, and it affects your ability to know when you're hungry and when you're full. So we're going to pop that in the oven. And you also it's also good to stay away from hydrogenated oils. So we're going to take these cage-free grade A brown eggs, 1 dozen large. It's a good choice. We're going to put that egg right in there. Put that shell off to the side. And this is where the magic happens. But let me just talk a little bit in general about some breakfast. Why it's important, and why we've chosen some of the ingredients. First of all, it's important to wake up and have a big glass of water, and if you're like me, definitely a cup of coffee as well. But really, you want to eat something right away, because if you give yourself some calories in your system, you're going to increase your metabolism, and you're going to get your body to start burning calories and working all day long, rather than depriving it. If your body knows it's going to get a lot of food continually, it's going to burn more. If you only eat once in a while, then your body's going to think it's not going to get any food, and it's going to store everything you eat rather than burn it. Anyways, so what we're doing here is we've chosen whole grains, no high fructose corn syrup, so we're getting a nice carbohydrate. We're getting some nice protein, cage-free, no antibiotics, no, nothing bad is going on in these eggs. And this is this is the part that usually starts with a little controversy. We like to use Land O'Lakes American cheese. The reason something from earlier is just burning, but it's not a big deal again. So we're going to be using Land O'Lakes American cheese, and some of you might be.
I don't think you were supposed to say Land O'Lakes.
Oh, okay. It's not Land O'Lakes. But some of you might be gasping in awe that we've chosen a processed cheese. Just for the viewers, can you come do a close up on this egg? This is about what we should be seeing is an egg. We can kind of start, bringing making it a little bit, scrunched in, so we know that it will fit on the English muffin. We can even, break it a little bit. That's personal preference. You don't have to do that. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of pepper. Not a big deal. Just a little pepper and for a little flavor. Where was I? Oh yeah, the American cheese. I'm going to take this out because whatever was in there is burning a little too much. But really, it's not the English muffin. Okay, so the cheese. I eat mostly organics. I eat organic fruits and vegetables, and I make sure I don't eat chemicals a lot of the time. But here's the deal. I really like Land O'Lakes American cheese. Considering everything else, it's not that big of a deal. Just don't worry about it. Enjoy it because you've got some good protein, you've got some good carbohydrate, and this is the start to making lifestyle changes where choosing Land O'Lakes cheese is not going to be a big deal over all the other good things you're going to be choosing. So I'm going to just kind of take a look and see if this is ready to be flipped. It's not quite ready, so we're just going to let it cook a little bit. And there's a couple options here. I don't get to eat these often because I live in California and I don't have access to some really good white American cheese. So I super enjoy them when I come home to my mother's house where I can make them. Anyways, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, the option is you can choose if you like to have 2 pieces of cheese on it. It's kind of extra special. If you're going to be eating this every morning, I don't recommend double cheesing. But if this is a special little treat, then you can double cheese it. So I usually put a piece of cheese right here on the English muffin and put the egg right on top of it so it melts it. And then when I flip this, which I think this is about ready to be flipped, zoom in, just flipped it. That's what it looks like. Then I can just put another piece of cheese on top. Of course, you don't have to use American cheese. You can use any kind of cheese you want. You don't have to double cheese it, but I think it makes it a little bit special. So I'm going to just let this cook up. And in the meantime, I'm just going to tell you some other healthy habits. Eat every few hours of the day. Just small little meals to keep your metabolism going. Train your body to burn rather than store. Try to eat organics, but if it's too expensive, then only choose the organics that are really important. For instance, bananas it's not that important that they're organic because they have a very thick peel compared to perhaps apples, which have a very thin peel. It might be better to go organic. Try not to eat after 6 o'clock at night, so then your body's not trying to burn food while you're sleeping. Even if you're going to bed later on 10 or 11, maybe push it out to 7 o'clock, but try to eat always before 6. Anyway, so this is about done. So I'm going to, as you can see, there's cheese here. There's cheese on top. I'm going to slide it on. And I'm going to put the English muffin right on top. And what I like to usually let it sit for a few minutes to let the cheese melt extra. Maybe flip it over. You can see everything's melting. And if I let this sit for a few minutes, then we're going to find a really nice breakfast. It's going to be a tasty treat, and it's going to be, relatively healthy. Of course, the double cheese takes away from the health a little bit, but you can always just use, normal purposes, do 1 piece of cheese, and you can exchange with any other kind of cheese you want. So I think that's about all we have for you this afternoon. Is there anything else you can think of?
Nope.
Okie doke. Thanks a lot.